Didn't I nearly choke on my English muffin pizza when I heard that, Curtis?
It was interesting, though, because there was a big article on ESPN that came out yesterday, too, talking about like the GM for the Chiefs saying that it seems like he has a decent amount of years left in him, and all he cares about is like hot dogs and football or something.
I don't know. You got Chris Jones saying we don't know how much longer we have him for.
Right.
I mean, that says to me that
Bill's looking at that spot.
Do you think? Yeah, Bill. I mean, that could be a great landing spot for Bill Belichick. But
just out of curiosity, why wouldn't they hire Spagnuolo?
Yeah, well, those guys were glowing about him last night about Spags. So,
but anyway,
yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, no, but I mean, I don't know. Does Andy? He looks like he's. I don't know if it's just because he's an older fella and a little long in the tooth, but. He looks a little tired to me at all times.
Yeah, I think he's like 66.
Low energy.
He's a low energy guy.
You should get on the Shime diet.
He's 66, and I think that, and I like when you look at him, it's almost like he loves to coach, but he's not really chasing anything. It's like, all right.
I don't think he runs after anything these days.
He's like, all right, we win this one. I can walk away. He
He
looks like that type of guy.
I would be so shocked
and go do TV
if he left when Mahomes is where he is.
Right.
Mahomes may be better than Brady in the end. I mean that sincerely. He could end up with a better career, but he is light years away. Reid and Belichick are not that far apart.
Yeah.
Where else, as I said the last time, Wiggy, he's been coaching for 40 to 50 years. Mm-hmm. He's finally at the pinnacle of his profession with the best player at the most important position, and he leaves?
Right.
How much of a headache do you really think Andy Reid's job is? Like, all of the players in place that he has, take all the heat off of him. Like, it just doesn't seem like a position that he would walk away from all of that money because he doesn't really have to do much.
But you said Bill got all that money, and he don't.
But Bill had a lot to do to get us back to a place of championships. Andy Reid does not.
No, but you're saying, like, if Bill wants to continue coaching, like, if Bill goes to a place, you're like,
I don't think Bill's going to continue coaching. I think he's done. So
I could see, like, I would look, if I'm Andy Reid, like, you have Patrick Mahomes, and you're 66, and let's say you coach for another 6 years to 72 years old. You could realistically win another 3 Super Bowls in that run, and that would put you at 6.
But
if they win this one,
too, though, Wiggy, like, he doesn't have to do much. Brett Veach takes care of all the GM duties.
Right.
Spagnuolo has complete control of that defense and does a fantastic job with it.
That's Andy Reid's offense.
Yeah, he calls the offense.
He designs the offense and
he calls
helps game plan ahead of time, and he'll call especially the scripted plays. But I mean, all of that is Patrick Mahomes. Like that, when it matters most, Patrick Mahomes just takes care of everything. That's why for years Andy Reid was described as inept when it came to clock management, and it's surprising that all of a sudden Patrick Mahomes shows up and that goes away. It's because Mahomes is that good,
right?
And it doesn't matter. So like Reid is very involved in the game planning leading up to it, but come game time, like he's just calling the scripted plays. It's not like he's doing anything crazy. That's Patrick Mahomes.
And Greg, this just using the same chronology, right? This would be like saying to Bill Belichick after Super Bowl 51 he should stop coaching.
Right.
So he was 65, 66. And he had the best quarterback at the most important position, and he had built his career to that pinnacle.
Yeah.
He would never have left that, and he should.
But it doesn't look like
that's why to me it was shocking when Chris Jones said it, because you don't just throw that out there unless there's been a discussion amongst guys, at least. Maybe not Andy Reid saying anything, but you don't say, we don't know how much longer we have with Andy Reid.
Right. We don't know how much longer we got Andy in the game anymore. You know what I mean? So to win it I think this more so to win it for Andy.
Maybe he's talking about health wise.
Oh.
Well, he's lost a lot of weight though. He's definitely lost a lot of weight.
Define a lot.
I would say probably like 100 pounds.
Yeah. And maybe Jones is saying that because he's in the walk year, right?
Yeah, he's a free agent.
So maybe it's his last year being coached by him.
Or maybe Andy Reid, he does kind of come across as like, okay, I don't really need to coach. I can go do television. I could be in I'm doing the commercials now.
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Right.
I could just go do that and chill.
But doesn't Mahomes get him in the commercials? Like, I don't think would he get the commercials on his own?
I mean, he probably would, not as many, but I think he probably would still do television. I could see him being more like Rex Ryan. Why isn't Rex Ryan coaching? He's still young. He still looks like he could do it.
Because he's not nearly as successful as Andy
No,
Reid.
but I think there might be still teams that want him, but I think he probably I don't need to do that. I feel like Andy Reid kind of falls in that line where he's like, I don't need to do it.
It's so weird that we changed the narrative though, because when it was Bill Belichick and I was like, oh, what else does he really need? He should just go into the sunset. Everybody said, well, when you're a coach like that,
right,
you still can coach. Why would you just walk away? But now Andy Reid's like,
because Bill is Andy Reid doesn't look like football consumes him. Bill looks like football consumes him. That's the difference. One person looks like, yeah, all right, I enjoy what I'm doing, but I can go do something else. I got no issues with it. The other one looks like it consumes him. That's all he knows from the time he gets up to the time he needs to be, breaking down film and doing this. That's what consumes Bill Belichick. Don't you look at the two and go, one consumes one guy, and the other one's like...
I think one is having a lot of fun because he's winning all the time, and the other one's been struggling the last 4 seasons, so it seems like there's a lot on his plate.
But even when Bill was winning all the time, it looked like it consumed him. It was like, Bill, we just won a Super Bowl. Oh, we got to think about what's going on in the offseason. That's the way it looks for the two, and that's why I feel like Andy Reid comes across as one of those coaches, very similar to Rex. I don't need to do it. I love it, but I don't need to do it.